Sawadee. Although I'm not Thai, I'm Malaysian. But Zanroo actually is, we are a startup from Thailand. And we actually major in social marketing technologies, where we actually help brands how to identify build up the social media strategy in order to build their digital marketing, to grow their business. So how actually we do that? Social big data, we know that social big data, it was so challenging because it's so big, right? So, apart from the social big data, and it's actually so unstructured. The data was everywhere. And how actually a brand, in order to let them to get the information that they need, this is where we help them in order to bring from the social big data and then to a small data. So we call it actually, we drag the information related to them, we call it a small data, but the most important part is not just getting the information, we are helping them actually in order to discover the actionable insight. And the actionable insight actually, we help the brands in order to we're doing the market research. This can help the brand in order to understand themselves in the brand position, where they are compared to their competitors, and then understand who their client is, who their audience is, where they are, and what are actually they talking about. So apart from it, campaign, yeah, everyone talking about campaign, especially for the brands, because they spend, that is where they spend the money. So campaign optimization, doing a real-time campaign monitoring is one of the key things that help them to success. And of course, crisis management, it happens crisis sometimes, but unfortunately that it is unavoidable. So we help them to understand about what happened and what are actually the key things when the crisis happen, what should they do. And of course, the last is to help them to have engaging with the client so that they have a better customer relationship for it. So we actually today, we are all over the Asia. So most of the country in Asia we are located in. So yeah, and our client is into different industries. So such as FMCGs, banking industries, automotive, telco, and of course, e-commerce. So in Southeast Asia, it's been actually saying they're expected to reach $88 billion by 2025. And especially in Thailand and Malaysia, the annual growth rate is talking about 29 and 24%. So it seems to be very big growth, right? So in Thailand today, Thailand e-commerce value is 2.5 trillion baht. But however, when we look at the population of Thailand, which is less than 70 million population, but with a mobile subscription of more than 90 million, and this SME, 350,000 SME in Thailand. Thailand actually is expecting to have a goal in 2021 to grow the e-commerce value double on it, which is 5 trillion baht. So this is a big growth and a big target for Thailand. Malaysia, of course, challenging is there are a lot of players. There are a lot of market player, e-commerce platform. Either it's a market player, cross-border, or it's a vertical side. But somehow, we're expecting the growth more, especially on the SME, because of the government actually would like to make efforts to help e-commerce to adopt into to help the SME to adopt into the e-commerce. And with some strategy, like example, the digital free trade zone offer a global expansion opportunity for the SME. And also the National ICT Association of Malaysia just signed the MOU with 5 of the SME association to help the SME to train them, to let them know how actually they can utilize for the e-commerce. So, but somehow, when we look at the e-commerce growth, we see the statistic, there's a big growth, a lot of opportunity, but as a business owner, or a brand owner, or the SME, actually, what are we thinking? What are we looking at? Actually, most of the question actually we have is, how can I grow my business? How can I connect more into my client? How can I sell more? And the typical question always to be is, how can I send the right message to the right person at the right timing so that they can come and buy my product? So this is always the business owner mindset. And how actually we can help them? Social media is one of the channel. because the social data is everywhere today. And of course, today, most of the business owner is already spending a lot in social media in order to build their market. Like example, there's a 93% of the marketeers using social media for business. So for this, and how social media, we know that if, let's say today, you're managing it well, it will bring you success. But somehow, if you didn't manage it well, then it will actually screw you up. So in order how to actually manage a social media in a better way, there are some technologies, some tools that can help. So first of all, we talk about target listening. Target listening is actually targeted to the client that actually related to you, finding where they are, understand what they're actually thinking about. If, let's say today, we always talk about the business is, if we know what the client want, we let them know, we give them whatever they want, we serve them whatever they want, and this is where actually we can have the win situation. Another one is, of course, understand competitors. There's competitor movement, what are they doing today, how actually they are doing today. So closely monitor them, build up your own strategy, and then to compete with them. The next one, of course, one of the key important is influencer. So a lot of brands today, they use influencer to interact with their potential client. But it's many times that they are not unsure that the influencer, is it really give an impact to them? So by using a technology, actually today we can identify, is this influencer is really can help you or not? Right? The trend. If we know the demand, we supply, we always win. So one of the typical example from one of my clients, they are the cosmetic market leader. So they are using us in order to check on what is actually today the most popular color of the lipstick. So the way they do is now they're changing the whole model. First, they check the trend, and then they go to the productions, they go to all the marketing plan to switch to serve on the trending today. So this is some business way is been changing. And campaign, yeah. Always people spend money, how to optimize, how we can ensure that every single dollar that we spend is worth. So campaign, of course, we can do post-campaign, post and pre-campaign evaluation, but of course, the most important thing is that we need to really do the real-time marketing during the campaign on it. Because of, especially on the social media, once we launch our product, once we launch the campaign, people start to interrupt, start to talking about it. So that's the time that the real time, you need to have a real time tools that to let you know what is happening now in order for you to really take the actions. Because some of your competitor may actually counter attack you. So this is, yeah, for the campaign. So basically, that's about for me. So thank you very much.